Well, it's winter here where I'm at, and this past spring I moved into a new house. Allows me to have an air rifle range and such, but now that it's cold, doing some inside projects. One of my projects was to build this workbench, and this is just for doing all sorts of projects around the house. I am also working on my air rifle room. Recently built a wall hanging pegboard, put together a shelf, and I'm working on that. So one of my projects I'm working on, I'm going to show you over here. I imagine a lot of us, when we order pellets, we get these foam collars to protect them, and I was wanting to have a good way of storing my pellets and having easy access to them. So I decided to cut a bunch of these in half, stand them on the edge, and made this box here out of plywood, 2x4s, 1x6s, and basically I plan to store the cans in like they're the tins, the pellets. I got 19 of these dividers in here. Had just one more 20 times 20 tins of 500, there'd be 10,000 pellets, and if you want to half them for smaller tins, there's 200, so that'd be 4,000 pellets. But I built 3 of these, and I'm going to show you basically how I built them. It's not much to it, but it takes up quite a bit of space, but you can get quite a bit of storage in one area. I thought maybe if I had a problem with these things falling over or something, I could put a little divider in here. There's a structural fastener to keep them from flopping forward, but the tins sort of hang in there pretty good, so they should stand up. So let's show you what I did as far as construction. Okay, actually I ran out of charge on my drill, but so while I was waiting for it to charge, I figured I'd do this video. 2x6, a piece of 1/2-inch plywood ripped and scabbed on the side because the width of these foam dividers are 6 inches. So I basically got 6 inches overall there. I got an overall length of 20 inches. And when you put this together and put these plywood blocks in, I've put them so they're basically even with the tops of the dividers. So it will go in like that and holds them snugly, and basically that's it. I'm going to paint these either gray or black, and being on either side I got this indentation, I should be able to just pick these up, pull them out, move them around. So I think it should be a good way of storing my pellets. I got 3 of these, like I said, and with the number of pellets it can store, it's quite a bit. I should be able to see what's on the label, but if I couldn't, I was thinking about maybe I would get some plant labels, and they're like a stake and a little T-top that I could stick down in between, and up top they'd stick up high, and I could just write the types of pellets, the calibers and such. But or either skip a divider like this and skip a space here, and then I could just look and see, well, that's the whatever type of pellets and calibers, and then go all the way down till I run out of those and leave a space, and go on and so forth. So once I get these all painted up and finished and on my new shelf, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, here's my finished project, pellet storing trays, utilizing these shipping protection foam pieces that a lot of people ship the pellets in. Companies ship the pellets. But anyway, basically just cut them in half in semicircles, and I built these boxes to hold the foam. My shelves I'm going to be putting these on are 24 inches deep, so I constructed them 24 inches long. Let me zoom in and we can get some dimensions on these. There's your 24 inches overall length. Inside 6 inches. I used the 2x6 for a base, so I had to scab on a piece of ripped 1/2 inch plywood to fill that out. The interior dimensions 20 inches to there. And the way it's constructed, you got this lip under here that you can pick these up and move them around. They're not that heavy. But anyway, it gives a good way of keeping track of your pellets. I decided to group them sort of like on the Pyramid Air site where they group according to caliber and weight. And I got these nursery plant tags to identify them, so I'm using the pink color for the 25s, yellow for 22, and I do have some 177s, and I built another box for those, but it's getting a second coat of paint now. But anyway, very easy to lift them in and out. And as you can see, I got different size tins, so you can switch up the different types of inserts, big insert, small, and organize them any way you have to. But this really isn't a space saver, because this is a lot of real estate it takes up. But it is a good way, I think it's going to be, for keeping track and organized. And whenever you get different pellets, you can switch things around. You know, just pull out the pellet tins and lift out the foam. And of course, they're in there pretty snug, but you can get them out eventually. So hopefully this is a good good idea that some of you guys might want to try using your foam for storing pellets. If not, I think it will work out for me, and it's a good project for the winter time when you can't go outside and shoot. So there you go.